My name is Russ Lester. I'm the owner of Dixon Ridge Farms in Winters, California. And we're standing in one of my orchards. We happen to be organic walnut producers. This is a cover crop that we plant in our orchards. It's actually part of the EQIP program that we seeded this orchard with. It's a multiple reason as to why we grow this particular cover crop. But one of it is fertility. There are legumes in this cover crop mix. But also what we're talking about is infiltration of water and how a cover crop can actually enhance that infiltration into the soil. See how the roots in the top 3 or 4 inches are very, very dense and how the soil is crumbling here and falling apart, or being held together rather by the roots. And as you go down the profile, the roots are less because this is a young cover crop and this is more typical for a little bit deeper down. The water is very easily penetrating through this mass of roots and open pores that are in the soil here into a deep water percolation. See the top grasses and legumes and the roots in the top 3 or 4 inches here of this thick mat of roots, and see how porous the soil is here, even though it's been raining pretty intensively here for the last couple of days. What this does is between the top, the actual vegetation on the top, and then these roots here, it breaks the fall of the rainfall so it doesn't seal over on the surface, and then the water is able to penetrate in through these pores all the way down into the soil. We started using a cover crop in about 1989 intensively, especially the legumes, and planting a cover crop. Prior to that, we just simply used a natural, whatever came up type of cover crop, a wild cover crop. The type of vetches and clovers that we have here bring in beneficial insects as well. What we've noticed over the years is that the amount of rainfall that this is able to absorb is just incredible. We have had incidents for California, very, very high rainfall of 5 inches in 24 hours. And there's basically all of it's passed through the soil into the groundwater.
One of the concerns I hear about cover crops is that they rob the cash crop of soil moisture. But I think it's important to remember that when we're growing cover, it's at a different time of year than the cash crop, so there's no direct water competition. And then the second thing is, in Russ's example really demonstrates this, is that we've got to get rain into the ground for it to do the plants any good, and cover helps us do that compared to bare soils. And over time, the cover also changes the structure of the surface soil, making it more porous, able to take in water much more readily.
Having standing water in an orchard is one of the side effects of having no cover crop in an orchard. What happens is, quite simply, the rain comes down, hits the platelets of soil and seals them up. They kind of form a layer that's impervious. The vegetation actually will break up those plates with the roots and allows that water to go in. So why is this important? Well, one is because it's important to get the water into the ground where we can then pump it out to use it for irrigation later in the year. But the other reason about it is it actually aerates the soil. The trees are dormant right now, but the roots are actually starting to grow right now. We don't see that, but they are. And just like us, if they are underwater, they basically are going to drown. And so that creates a tremendous amount of dead roots that tree needs at this time of year to start growing. When we grow something in between the rows, or on the cover crop side, it is actually creating a diversity which then adds more beneficial insects to the system. It adds greater percolation to the system. It actually opens up the soil for other nutrients and for irrigation water that you are applying later on in the year.